everyone, and welcome to Kitchen Time here at Making Home Your Paradise. I'm Maxine, and today I'm being joined with Auntie Audrey. She is my auntie that knows how to bake and make a whole heap of stuff. And today she's going to be teaching me how to make the vegan patty, and we're going to be making it from scratch. So this is going to be so cool right now.
Yeah.
Get into it, but before we start, I'm going to ask you guys, please to invite your friends, like, share, and follow, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So let's get into it.
Right.
One of the things that she told me before we started was that it's going to be 2 steps to this process, right?
All right. So the first step is that we're going to be making a crust. Right? And for the crust, we're going to need 2 cups of flour. So you want to go ahead and measure that.
Oh, and the filling is going to be made with lentil peas.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's going to be a very cool,
yes, it is,
and very healthy dish, right? So this is 2 cups of flour.
Okay. And
Okay.
to that, we're going to be adding 2 teaspoons of baking powder.
2 teaspoons baking powder.
All right. And to that, we're going to be adding, but before we do that, you want to make the buttermilk because we're going to need.
Oh, we're making buttermilk from scratch.
Yes. So to make the buttermilk, if you don't already have buttermilk, you add 2 tablespoons of vinegar, 2 cups of milk.
And this is
Stir
all.
that in.
We stir that in, and we want it to curdle. It's gonna curdle.
Or you're gonna have it a little bit heavier than.
It's feeling heavy on the
Can you see
spoon.
that? All right.
Yeah, it's feeling heavier on the
So
spoon.
set that aside. The 2 hour flour and
the
baking powder. We're going to be adding a tablespoon of turmeric powder, good, and a tablespoon of curry powder.
Turmeric is in curry, but curry isn't in turmeric.
We're going to be adding a teaspoon of salt. Get that in.
Get the salt in.
All right. Let's give this a little stir in. So we're going to incorporate the curry, the turmeric, the salt, the baking powder into the flour. And so we have that nice mix right there.
All right.
All right. Now we're going to be adding the butter. There we go. Now we're going to be adding the shortening.
So this is how much again? Half a cup of shortening. Weird enough, it smells good.
I know, right?
It smells good already.
Curry.
So this is some lentil patties, guys.
Oh yeah.
We are making the crust first. Okay, so one of the things that we're doing while we are making our flour is that we have the lentil peas boiling on the fire now, on the stove. So what Auntie Audrey told me before is that when you boil the lentil peas, you have to pour off the first water.
Yep.
Because that's the water that makes you flatulate. You have a fart storm if you use it.
Yes, you will.
So you have to pour off that water, fill it again, and then let it cook. So you have to have that first water thrown off. But we have to be doing all these things together at once so that we can, have everything to assemble at the end when we're finished making our dough.
Okay, so the reason why we're using the this such time is because if you had started to use your hands, then because of the warmth in your hand, it would sort of start melting the shortening and the butter. And you don't want to get that paste because at the end of it, we want to have those little pieces of margarine and the shortening.
Okay.
So now you're going to work it with those fingers. Work it, Maxon. No, you're not kneading now. So you're going to use, and you're trying to get that breadcrumb consistency. There we go.
Guys, I'm under scrutiny right now. This is what happens when you have your aunties in the kitchen.
Yes, ma'am.
It's like you do everything wrong all of a sudden.
That's not true.
All apart.
Yes, that's good. All right, so this looks good. So you see, we don't want to melt the butter and the shortening because this is where we're going to get that flaky crust, that nice tasting like a crust. You're just going to add
until
maybe a half a cup first. That's a start working this in with the fork.
So after adding a half cup of buttermilk and stirring with the fork,
Then it's time for you to work.
this is kind of what we're having going on.
That's kind of what we're looking for. So now you're going to put the fork away and you're going to work that baby with your hand. You're going to do that. There we go. Feels nice, huh?
And very cool.
I know. Hey, you don't want to bore a hole in that pan, do you?
I'm not so rough.
Right, so now we're going to wrap the dough in plastic wrap. Put it out here. So this is going to sit in the refrigerator for half an hour.
Yeah.
Half an hour, baby.
Look at that, guys. Woo! I'm proud of myself right now.
Right?
Okay, guys, now we're going to be moving on to our next step. We're going to clean our zone for a while and then get back to it. We're going to be making lentil peas filling for our lentil patties. This is what our lentils look like after being boiled in one batch of water, pouring that off, and then putting another set of water and then boiling it until it's cooked. No salt added because we're going to be seasoning this up and then frying it like how you just fry meat, right? So now we're at part 2 of our lentil patties where we're going to be making the filling. So in this bowl we have 2 cups of lentils and 1 cup of lentils, so that's 3. And we're going to be crushing the 2 cups first, and then we're going to leave the whole up, right?
That's correct. So you're going to be using the
So let me just get into
pastry
it.
blender and you're going to be crushing that. So now we're going to be seasoning this all up. We're going to need a teaspoon of parsley. Can you judge by that?
Yeah, and that's about a teaspoon. Where's it covered?
A teaspoon of onion powder.
You add that.
So you're going to be judging that. That's about a teaspoon, I'm sure. And a teaspoon of garlic powder. There we go.
So you know seasoning is all to your liking.
That's right.
You can try it our way first and then do your own alterations to it.
According to how you like it. Teaspoon.
Oh, this is so judging.
That's good.
Teaspoon.
That's about a teaspoon.
Of salted seasoning. So you see already we have some cut up scallion, onions, and some garlic. But we're going to be putting this is going to be going to the stove. But we're going to be mixing in these seasonings into the lentils, so you know the flavoring goes all the way through. A lot of people are going vegetarian nowadays. I think a lot of us are realizing how much meat can be not so healthy, or the consumption of too much meat.
So we add the whole grain.
So now we're adding the whole grains and we're just stirring lightly so that we don't crush those up, right? We already crushed a few to have a little mushy going on, so we don't need the mushy all the way through, because that ain't gonna be cool, right?
So there we go. That's it. We're going to be going to the fire now.
Okay, so now we're finally at the frying pan and we're going to be frying up or cooking up
Brown seasoning.
or lentil peas with some diced onions, scallion, some garlic. What else do you have there, Auntie?
Have some thyme
And some hot pepper.
And the hot pepper.
And the hot pepper. Not
Sorry.
forgetting the hot pepper.
Of
So
course.
take it away.
Alright, so there we go. Pour that all in. Onions, diced onions as well.
This is really rich.
Garlic, and we have in there the pepper and the thyme. There you go.
But I realize
Stir that
that
all in. And we're going to be adding our crushed lentils. There we go. There you go.
ooh la la. And I guess because the lentils are already cooked, we don't have to do this for too long.
Right.
So we have moved from the stove and now we're back to our counter where we're going to be assembling our patties and putting them in the oven. So we have started preheating our oven to what temperature again? 325. And so we have our dough that we made already, or our crust, and we have our filling that we just cooked up, so that's kind of nice and warm. And we have where we're going to assemble our nice clean counter. Let's go. I think we have
counter. Hey.
That's me.
Like too much, right?
Yeah, I was making fun.
So we're going to. Then we're gonna put this on here. So we have it nice. Okay, this. Nice.
Oh, that's good.
Alright, so there we go now. So we're going to be rolling out this. Oh, you wanna roll this one, son? Oh
Yes,
my
I
God, look
do.
how spreadable that is. Look at that.
So after rolling out, we're gonna cut them and serve on the floor.
Okay, there we go. Hey, that's too much, but you got the counter.
No, I'm not pressing down.
Alright, one more. And then we dust this so it doesn't stick.
Okay, guys, now it's time to assemble. Let me get my pan in here. So we have our patty crust.
Yes.
We have our filling.
Filling.
And what is this?
This is egg wash. This is what we're going to use to actually
It's just
seal.
beaten egg white.
It's just beaten egg white.
So let's go.
Right, this is so nice.
This is what we've been waiting the
Yep.
whole time for.
Alright, so we're going to put our filling in now. We're going to put it. You can pad this according to how you
like
want it.
I like mine filled.
Oh yeah.
Filled.
So that's good for that one. And then we're going to use the egg whites just to seal the edges so that
So that's what keeps it together.
that's what keeps it together.
It's not much that you use though.
No. Some people use the whole egg, but we just use the whites and we'll seal it. So then we're going to close that all up.
Just fold it
Fold
over.
it over. Look at that. Already nice and juicy, right? Now we're going to use our fork and we're going to just make those decorated edges.
Press it in.
Press it in.
And then we're gonna do a couple more.
Yep. So there we go. Then we're going to just trim it up so that it looks nice and neat.
So our proud moment right now, we have our patties in our pan and we're gonna pop it in the oven. So these are gonna be in the oven for the next 30 minutes. Now the patties are out of the oven. Look at that. Oh my gosh. The color is amazing. So we have the finished product here.
Wow.
Look at that patty. I'm proud of myself for helping to make a patty. So moment of truth, time to dig in.
Alright, let's go. Ooh, you see that crust?
Yeah, that crust is nice. I'm sorry I eat patties with my hands. Oh my god.
Oh my god, this is totally good. Like so good.
Look how awesome that looks right there. And it tastes awesome too, and it is very healthy.
My friend, this is totally good.
I know.
Oh my god.
So thank you so much for joining us here at Kitchen Time with Maxine and Auntie Audrey on Making Home Your Paradise. Remember to like, share, and follow. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and invite all your friends. Let's get all into this vegan
Oh yeah.
dish. These things are awesome. A lot of people don't like vegan food because they've never tasted it seasoned and done the right way. So
Yeah.
if you guys have ever tried vegan food and completely hate it, start again.
Yes.
Try it our way, and I'm sure you'll like it.
If you
Until
gotta-
next time,
You have to try this.
You have to try this
You have
patty.
to try this patty. It's totally good.
bye-bye.
Bye.